Hey Rachel,
What?
how does good King Wenceslas like his pizza?
I don't know. How does he like his pizza?
Deep and crisp and even.
I will
Huh,
start off by saying my memory is awful, and I've realized I don't remember anything from high school.
that's okay.
I just remember a little bit.
That's okay.
But sometimes things get triggered, and then I'll be like, oh,
Uh,
yeah, remember
Yes, absolutely.
totally, totally.
this?
So, welcome to the Danna podcast, the podcast where we talk about Danna Brennan, Danna Van Brandt, and how wonderful she is. I am her brother, Ben, and I am currently here with three besties that started in middle school.
Mhm.
Kelly Harding, Christine
Hi.
Freeman, and Jessica Edwards.
Hi.
And so, yeah, I'll kick it off. Basically, Dana came to Hillcrest Middle School in the second half of 1993. Um, did you all meet her at Hillcrest at that point, or was it later in high school?
It was not me. I
Okay,
went to Madison for a hot couple of months, and so I was a newbie come high school time. But
okay,
I'll pass it on to the others for that one.
Mhm.
all right. So, with all of you though, tell me first impressions. What made it so that when you and Dana interacted and you were like, okay, this could be a friend.
Um, well, I moved to Trumbull in eighth grade. And I know that the first person that I met when I moved to Trumbull was Meredith Reich. And then I think she introduced me to Kelly and to Dana and everyone. I was trying to think back to middle school. It's hard to remember how
Okay,
exactly we met.
that's okay.
I
Kelly,
know that.
anything?
Oh, go ahead, Cal.
I remember I thought that Megan introduced me to Dana.
Okay.
Okay.
And so then we just started kind of like hanging out, but I think it was more like casual in eighth grade, and it was so quick,
Mhm.
right? So we definitely weren't super close in eighth grade, but we were like acquaintances or friends during that time. And then it was more in high school that we got closer
Sure.
And
then.
homeroom.
Yeah.
So there were a bunch of us that started with last names of a B. And so we were in homeroom together. And I was cleaning my attic the other day and I came across our high school graduation picture where we took a picture in homeroom.
That's right.
And it was such a great flashback. But yeah, I think that like for me, it was that Trumbull was very new for me, and homeroom was kind of like this grounding spot of a few familiar faces.
Mhm.
And like, I just remember Dana always being like super welcoming, super like friendly, and easy to talk to. And so for me, that was just warming.
That's excellent. That's great.
Yeah, and I also remember that all of my friends' last names began with a B, and I wished I was in a house because all your lockers were next to each other.
Right.
And I was like, can I just add a B in my name? Um, but yeah, I know I remember like hanging out a lot in a house, like with you guys by your lockers and like um yeah, and it was good times.
Yeah.
Chrissy Bromer. That could work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then I did go through my pictures too, and I found like one from the eighth grade dance. We had a picture together. So um I think the eighth grade dance was at Madison Middle School. So
It was.
yeah.
So, Jess, you could have been there, but we didn't know you yet.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Mhm.
remember any dance at Madison or my
Oh,
attendance. I think I was way too new.
you?
Okay.
Right. You were like
Yeah,
that.
I was like at Madison for like the last month of eighth grade.
Oh,
But Ben, I'll send you the picture from homeroom
Yes,
and
please.
maybe you can sneak that in.
That absolutely we will. Yes. So okay, we'll get to memories of more recent things involving things like fire trucks and
yeah.
things like that a little later. Do you have any memories from high school that really stick out? real fun bonding moments. I know the one show Dana was in was Guys and Dolls, where she played your assistant, Kelly.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
That's right.
can you talk a little about that?
That was, I mean, it's always fun to do theater with friends and
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah. And so that's, I definitely have a picture. They took like some professional photos. And one of those, I believe, is like on um, the stage
Mhm.
with Dana right there. And so, yeah, I think I do have some of those pictures too. I can uh,
Excellent.
pull up. Yeah, even like backstage and stuff like that.
Sure.
So, yes, it was nice to have like, because it was like the choir person, right? And Dana was sort of like she wasn't in choir, but she did a little bit of that theater.
Hmm.
So it was nice to bond
Okay.
over that.
I,
I do remember doing yearbook together.
Yes,
Yes, yearbook
that
was
too.
huge
Great,
for Dana.
yes,
Yeah.
memories of in that little hole in
Uh,
the wall
tiny
yeah.
little
Yes,
office.
it really
Yes.
was. Yeah.
and the famous Amos cookies. I remember that, and just like hanging out and learning how to do. I mean, she definitely taught me some really great things. And then
Hmm.
senior year, I was in charge of like the teacher section or something,
Hmm.
and then I got into scrapbooking later in life, and I attribute my knowledge of like how to, or even like picture collages in my
Hmm.
house.
Hmm.
I attribute it to learning things from Dana through yearbook.
Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
definitely
awesome.
applied things I learned from yearbook too, and like PowerPoint presentations, and just how pictures are laid out.
Yeah.
I definitely always think about that.
Always
Yeah.
remember a
I,
sight line.
Yes,
Hmm.
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
I also remember just hanging out on like the couch in that we called it like an office, but it really was like I think a closet
It
at
was.
one
Yeah,
point in
yeah,
time, which is hilarious.
Hmm.
I think the
yeah.
other thing I remember about Dana from high school was, if I think back to high school, coffee was not all that like popular. It wasn't all the rage that it is today. And I
Dana's
feel like
first
she was
job
a barista trendsetter.
at
Like
Gloria Jeans. Yes,
Gloria
she
Yes,
Jean.
was.
yeah,
I
yeah.
totally remember like going to the mall and like visiting and thinking that her job was way cooler than my job.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so who knew that however many years later, like coffee shops would be the it thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so at some point, Dana went from being friend to like lifelong friend. Like this, I did the math. Y'all have known her for 3/4 of your lives.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
What creates that? Like a lot of friendships, they're not like yours. They don't last as long. They don't stand the tests of time and distance, especially distance in Dana's terms, which
Mhm.
is multi-continental.
Mhm.
What would you
But I,
say about it is about your friendships that make it still last and still, where you still see each other whenever you're in the same area?
I think to some degree, when so many years has gone by and you've known somebody, when you get together, it kind of doesn't feel like that much time has gone by. You just kind of fall into this beautiful routine, I like
Mhm.
to think of it. Um, but I also think that quite frankly, I think we had some glue in our group, which I'm going to attribute to Kelly over there, who in kind of the adult years was really good at staying in touch and connected. And those small points, right, I think created this bigger, longer lasting momentum amongst all of us. And then attributable to Danna, she can talk about anything.
True.
She's not only so incredibly smart, but she's also personable and can understand how to navigate a conversation to the very diverse group of individuals that we all are. And I think that that creates beautiful relationships that can last a really long time too.
That's excellent.
Yeah, very, very well said. I would think, like by now at our age, it's very common for to kind of look back and see where friends come into your life and then friends go away. And I'm like accepting that, but that it's interesting how some just sort of stand that test of time. And I feel that part of it is just the way that you grow as a person and as you get older. If those the way that you're changing, because we're all changing, but that like kind of like that good foundation, but also you continue to sort of your friendship evolves and changes, but it's still kind of like you're still kind of on the same page. And so I feel that as I've gotten older, Danna and I have still sort of stayed connected through our changes. And so I feel that that's, yeah, but there's just sort of like and some of it is just like it just is, right?
That's
Like there's just
insightful.
this
I like
thing,
that.
it's just this thing that I know that I can call her, and it could be even like a year or
Totally.
so, and it's still there. That foundation is still there, and the connection is still there. But yeah, she's always so personable. It's the same things that Jess had to say, and that she's so smart. I know, like I can go with her for things, and I get a great other perspective, and it's just so much information that she has to share and things like that. But so sort of like the commonalities through the decades has definitely helped.
That's excellent.
Yeah, and I agree too. I think no matter how much time passes, we can always get together and it's like no time passed at all. And I just reflecting before this Zoom, just thinking about all the times I went down to DC. When she was in town, there was a period of time that Mike went down there. We went down there every summer because he had a work thing that he was doing. We would always get together. And I know, Ben, one time we went down there in April
Yes.
for April break. And
And
I
I
still have
was,
really,
yeah,
really good memories from that as well.
that was one of the best trips to visit my sister. That was great. And
Yeah,
Bridget and Emily became friends. It was wonderful.
yeah, yeah. It was really great, and we had just a really great time. And that's just like, you know, every time you get together with Dana, it's just like no time has passed, and we can just pick up where we left off. And I just appreciate that, like every time, like she's in DC or she's coming up to this area, that she always reaches out to get
Mhm.
together, without fail. And I really appreciate that.
I think
That's
it's
awesome.
also a testament of if you look at her other friends, right, that are not part of our kind of, core high
Hmm.
school, middle school, whatever group we are.
I call them the
Um,
college group.
Yeah,
yeah, they're a great group of people too,
Mhm.
right? And I think that when you look at all of the people that want to surround themselves by Dana, it's kind of a true testament to the good that she brings to the table and then the good that she brings out in others. And I think that's a glue that you can't, that's a pretty hard glue to break.
hmm
Excellent. So talk to us about, I don't know, the funniest memory.
Well, I mean, the fire truck one is
It
pretty,
it is that. Okay. So
I,
go over that a little bit. I know. Now, as someone who understands the
yeah,
craziness of my
yeah,
aunt's kitchen and how
yeah,
putting a hot thing on the stove is
yeah,
somehow wrong, I get that you're not fully at fault here.
yeah, yeah.
But tell us that story.
who's going to go?
No one
Great.
wants to start.
I'm
Well,
I,
not really a great storyteller, so I don't want to like
I mean,
ruin it.
Jess, you do it.
what were we making nachos or
yeah, it was
something?
it was
Yeah.
nachos.
And
She forgot about them.
like we kind of all forgot about
Yeah,
them
Yep.
until we started to smell them. And
yeah,
I feel like when it hit the smell point, it wasn't a good smell point. It was like
yeah,
a
yeah,
uh-oh.
yeah,
And obviously like a lot of smoke, maybe
yeah, yeah,
orange little flames in there.
yeah,
And the alarm went off and
yeah,
we couldn't, there's nothing we could do about it. And the
yeah,
fire department came and we all know the connection to the fire department.
yeah,
Hmm.
And I I don't know. I guess the rumor was that for a long time we took a picture with the fire department,
You
and I
did.
can also send you that picture. And apparently that was up in the fire department for a little while.
Yeah,
So
Yep.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know. I'm
Yep.
not a great
yeah.
storyteller either, but I definitely think it's one that none of us will ever forget.
I think what I remember is somebody said, I think somebody said like, Jess, call that 911 or whatever, the fire department. And so you did, but then we realized, oh, it's just burnt nachos, and we were able to like take them out. But and then I think maybe you tried to call them and say, oh, we want to like call off, and they're like, no, you can't. Like once we've been called, we're coming. And then
I
they
also don't know if we could turn the alarm off. I think
yeah,
that was one of the problems too. It was like the alarm was,
yeah.
Mhm.
there was no going back.
Yeah.
Um, so that was a good
Yeah.
fun memory.
I
I
know
was
she was.
also going, go ahead, Kel. Sorry.
Oh, she was. I know Dana was like really worried. She was like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
the smoke, and it's gonna ruin things in the house." And she trusted me for have my friends over here, and now
Yeah.
they're burning
Yeah.
nachos. She was so worried about it.
And
So
You know, as her brother, I will say it's nice to know that, like, as dynamic as she is, she's still human, and
yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah,
still sometimes things happen that fluster her too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For
Do you
sure.
do, do you remember the other time where like someone walked through a screen?
Oh, yes. That was at the other house. I feel like maybe your aunt's house has
yes,
No
I've
matter
prone
which
to
house it is.
yeah,
yes.
prone to mishaps. Was that prom or was that before
Oh
prom? Like
no, it was
when
college because it was
college?
Rich.
Yeah,
When Rich and I were dating, it was in
yeah,
college, and we got had a get together, and it
yeah,
was at Dana's aunt's
yeah,
home, the other one
The first
yeah,
on the
one. Yep.
beach
Yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah,
but
And we were like having a good time or whatever, and yay! And
yeah,
then we were gonna go outside, and Rich didn't see that the screen wasn't open, and he just
yeah,
walked right through the
yeah,
screen
yeah.
door.
yeah.
But I remember she handled it really well. Like she was really calm. She's like, okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna on the
yeah,
screen and it's gonna be fine. And
right. But we were
yeah,
like, oh no.
yeah, I know. We were freaking
Rich
out.
and I were, I felt like terrible.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
We
she's like,
also
we're just
did
getting
prom
ready.
though. We did prom at that house
Yes,
afterwards as
yes.
yeah,
well. I don't know why, but I cannot remember much about that evening, and I can't even attribute it to like drinking or other things that would have impaired my memory. But
Right.
we
yeah,
were definitely there. Like I
Yes.
remember it click,
Uh,
like
yeah,
I remember being there.
I certainly remember my aunt's rules to me of no alcohol allowed in the house when your friend's over. I'm guessing Dana had the same rule, and I'm guessing you guys might have broken that as well, as much as I did.
It's possible.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, that's excellent. Okay, so be heartfelt for a second. Each of you in turn. Tell Dana what makes her such a good person, good friend. What you're so thrilled about your friendship with her for. Kelly, why don't you start?
Okay. Um, Dana, I am very grateful for your friendship. Over the years, we've had wonderful conversations, wonderful memories. Um, and they're all, different. Some are highs and lows and silly and all these things. And they're very, very dear to my heart. And I really appreciate your friendship.
Okay, Jess, go next.
all right. So I mean, I feel like I said a bunch of this at the beginning, so I might be on repeat a little bit here, but um, yeah, Dana, you are incredibly special to me. And like I said earlier, you have such an ability to connect with people on so many varying levels. And I know that no matter what life stage we are at, there's always going to be a point of commonality, whether that's the diversity of traveling or the love of different foods or, being nostalgic and talking about, the old days, whatever those are. I know that this connection is a lifelong one. And for me, I cannot tell you how important and how meaningful that is to me. And I will start crying if I continue to go on, because I don't think lifelong friendships are common. And so, yeah, they're everything. And so that means you're everything too.
Christine, take us home.
Okay. Danna, you've been a great friend throughout all the years. I have so many great memories from high school and beyond. I just have a lot of just great memories of visiting you in DC, um, and just even in the early days of when you had roommates and getting to know them, just doing lots of things around DC, and then with your kids, just getting to know them with my children as well. The really great time we went down with Ben for the April trip. There's just so many great memories, and I know that you're always there, to talk and to reminisce, and I also do appreciate all your perspectives. You have different things. It really helps to enlighten me, and you're really a great friend. I'm grateful for you.
This has been the Danna podcast, the Danna cast, with her friends Kelly, Christine, and Jessica. Thank you guys so much for joining me. This is going to be a Christmas present to my sister, so thank you for contributing to this. And Danna, we all love you.
Yeah, we love you.
Love you.
Hey, Bridget.
Huh.
How do Christmas trees get ready for a night out?
I don't know.
They spruce up.